Ripped from the latest headlines, terrorism. Throughout the 21st century, terrorism has posed a critical global threat. And for ships, ports, and port facilities, this ongoing threat is no small matter. Terrorists may attempt to gain access to ships or use them to transport weapons, explosives, or other dangerous materials. Items smuggled through ports and port facilities may be used for a variety of illicit purposes. 2 months after the September 11th attacks, the International Maritime Organization, or IMO, decided it was time to strengthen the security standards in place. And at a December 2002 conference, an amendment to SOLAS, Chapter 11-2, was introduced. This amendment forms the latest standards for security in the maritime industry, known as the ISPS Code. This program will give you an overview of the ISPS Code, including its objectives, rules for compliance, including who must follow it and what happens in the event of non-compliance, the different security levels and what they mean, as well as the different security responsibilities for ships and port facilities. Finally, we'll talk about the International Shipssecurity Certificate, or ISSC, as well as the latest security training requirements so that ships, port facilities, and all personnel can stay certified under ISPS code. The ISPS code is actually a two-part document outlining the minimum requirements for the security of ships and ports. Part A describes mandatory requirements, whereas Part B offers recommendations for its implementation. There are 5 key objectives of the ISPS code: establishing an international operational framework for detecting and preventing security threats, determining the roles and responsibilities for everyone involved in security-related tasks, promoting the widespread collection and exchange of security-related information, providing plans and procedures to respond to increased security threats, and ensuring that adequate and proportionate security measures are always in place. To ensure these objectives are met, there are functional requirements, including continuous gathering and assessment of information, as well as the use of certain communication protocols among ships and port facilities. Ships and port facilities must always prevent unauthorized access, whether it be people, weapons, or other dangerous items. They must also provide a means to raise alarm in response to a threat or incident. This will require the creation of a ship and port facility security plan, which we'll discuss in more detail later, as well as drills and exercises to reinforce proper security practices. Enforcing compliance with the ISPS code is in the hands of the 148 signatories to SOLAS. If your flag state is one of the parties to SOLAS, and you're on an international voyage, sailing on a passenger ship, cargo ship, mobile offshore drilling unit, or you're at a port facility serving these ships, then the ISPS code applies to you. The ISPS code does not apply to warships and other naval vessels or non-commercial ships owned or operated by governments. Consequences for non-compliance are serious and far-reaching. In the simplest terms, a ship or port facility will lose its certification if found to be in non-compliance. Port State Control will conduct regular shipboard inspections to security certificates and the ship security plan. If a ship is found to be out of compliance during a PSC inspection, that ship will likely be detained in port until it is brought into compliance. The port state has other options at its disposal, including refusing entry or expelling the ship from port and restricting shipboard operations. Flag states that don't comply with the ISPS code also face economic ramifications, as other flag states may instruct their ships to avoid ports out of compliance due to increased security threats. The greatest consequence of non-compliance is the risk of a security breach itself, and the potentially catastrophic effects that may cause. Under the ISPS code, there are 3 maritime security levels, or MARSEC: normal, heightened, and exceptional. Simply put, Level 1, or normal, means the minimum protective security measures are to be maintained at all times. At Level 2, or heightened, additional protective measures will be required. Level 3, or exceptional, means there is a probable or imminent security risk. Security levels can rise from level 1 through level 2 to level 3, or they may go directly from level 1 to level 3. It's the responsibility of the governments to set their appropriate security level according to the degree to which security information is credible, verified, specific, or imminent, as well as the potential consequences of the incident. While it's possible that a ship may be operating at a higher security level than a port facility that it is visiting, under no circumstances can a ship have a lower security level than the port it enters. Different security levels between ship and port facilities may require a completed and signed Declaration of Security, or DOS, from both parties to coordinate appropriate security measures. The DOS is a formal agreement specifying the security measures and responsibilities that will be in place during a vessel-to-port or vessel-to-vessel interface. Use of a DOS may either be mandated by a port state or requested by a ship. Ships may request completion of a DOS when operating at a different security level than the port or ship it's interfacing with, in the event of a recent security threat or incident, or when interfacing with a port or ship that is not required by law to have a ship or port facility security plan. The ISPS code recognizes that security on ships and at port facilities is a collective effort. In response to this, the code delegates various responsibilities for companies' master, officers, and crew with designated security duties. On board, it's the master who has the authority and responsibility to make decisions regarding safety and security, and each company must also appoint a ship security officer, or SSO. Every port must have its own port facility security officer, or PFSO. The SSO, or PFSO, implements and maintains the security plan, ensuring proper steps are always taken and incidents or nonconformities are always reported. This may include, but is not limited to, conducting security inspections at regular intervals, making changes to the security plan if needed, helping with security assessments, ensuring that adequate security training has been provided to all personnel, reporting and maintaining records of all incidents or threats, and ensuring that all security equipment is properly operated and maintained. Companies are also required to appoint a Company Security Officer, or CSO, who is responsible for all vessels in its fleet. The CSO works with the SSO, or PFSO, overseeing security assessments, periodic audits, and reviews security activities. The Ship Security Plan, or Port Facility Security Plan, is the collected security measures to be implemented on a ship or in port. It's called either the SSP or the PFSP. The ISPS code states that a ship or port facility security plan must contain specific measures to prevent the unauthorized access of crew or goods, identification of all restricted areas, incident response procedures, as well as procedures for auditing and reviewing a ship or port facility's security measures, the duties and responsibilities of all personnel, as well as drills and exercises for personnel involved in security-related activities. Drills should be conducted at least once every 3 months to ensure effective implementation of the security plan. Whenever more than 25% of a ship's crew is replaced with new personnel who have not participated in any drills within the previous 3 months, the drill should be conducted within 1 week of the change. All crew must receive basic security familiarization upon joining their vessel. Finally, an SSP or PFSP must outline how to use, inspect, test and maintain any security equipment, including the Ship Security Alert System, or SSAS. All ships covered under the ISPS code must be equipped with an SSAS, which transmits a discrete alarm when activated in the event of an attempted piracy or terrorism. Ships that are in full compliance of the ISPS code will receive an International Ship Security Certificate, good for a period of no longer than 5 years and subject to periodic reviews by a recognized security organization. To receive an ISSC, a ship must demonstrate the existence of an approved SSP and its effective implementation, as well as the presence of necessary security equipment on board. The ISPS code database also contains a section listing ports and if they have an approved security plan. Starting in 2014, per the 2010 Manila Amendments to STCW, shipboard personnel will be required to complete 3 levels of security training. Level 1, Basic Security Awareness Training, will apply to all seafarers. Level 2 applies to mariners with any additional designated security duties on board. Level 3 is only required for the ship security officer. In this program, you learned about the 2-part document and its 5 main objectives: establishing an international operational framework, designating roles and responsibilities, promoting the collection and exchange of security-related information, providing plans and procedures, and ensuring that adequate and proportionate security measures are in place. You know who the ISPS code applies to and what port state control can do to ships that are found in violation of the code. We talked about the 3 MARSEC levels and what these different designations mean for ship and port facility security. And we told you about when you might need to exchange a DOS, or Declaration of Security. Effective security involves everyone, especially the vessel master, the SSO and PFSO, and the CSO. Detailed security procedures must be kept in an SSP or PFSP. Lastly, you learned about the ISSC and the latest security training requirements that apply to all personnel, as well as the additional training requirements for crew with designated security roles. Understanding the requirements of the ISPS code is one of our collective responsibilities in the shipping industry. Together, we can all take these important steps to keep our ships and ports secure.